What's up, everybody? We are back. KC versus BDS Grand Final was one for the ages. We already looked at games 1 through 3. If you missed that video, you're a fool. Go back to yesterday, I guess, and watch that one first. This is the sequel. This is part 2. Let's get right into it. Here we go. Games 4 through 7. Probably be a little bit quicker through these, just so, you know, because there's a lot more material here. It's also only a 1-goal game here, so we could probably breeze through this one a little bit. A lot of saves, as you can see on the tracker. I'm not the best with replay ops, so I'm going to keep the trackers up and all that. Drawley right here, just unfortunate that he only had 1 boost at the time. So he can't really counterattack on that play. Like, it was a perfect opportunity. It was a weak shot by K-Corp. But because of his 1 boost, he can't follow that ball in the air and try and beat out Vatira. We already missed the first kickoff, too. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. There's only 2 kickoffs in this match, and I already missed the first one, but that's right. Sada could save. A little bit of confusion on this wall here, so I was just going to push it along. Ooh! Ooh! That almost worked. Almost. Ooh! That's a weird first goal. Really nothing happened, and this is like, I'm just going to throw it at net. Like, absolutely nothing. Like, Vatira's trying to clear it out. But that's actually a really good touch by Drawley. Just want to point this one out. To, like, give them a shot here at something. Normally, you just wouldn't even bother. So, this first one, whatever. But this touch right here, the little backflip, it backs off the wall. Just to give a little bit of an angle for Exotic shot. We'll show Exotic shot. He just throws it right at Addo. He's not expecting that to actually go in. He's like, what? How did that work? Okay, we will take it, and we'll move on. So, well done. Like, sometimes just throw it at the net. It'll work. On Atto. Atto. I'm going to add more of a T in there. I'm trying to say his name quick, I guess. I don't know. It's an awkward name, to be fair. All right? I know I'm getting my pronunciations a little bit off. I apologize. I am not a good English speaker, and it's my only language. So I apologize. That's one thing. Like, Europeans are always going to be better than me. Just because most of them know at least 2 languages, if not more. That is one thing I've always said. Oh, this is an insane play, by the way. All right, so Rise. He's going for fakes. I'm going to look at Exotic's point of view here. Because it was a pretty good patient play here by Exotic. Let's see exactly how it all played out. So Exotic is on the floor. He jumps to avoid the demo by Vatira, flies to the back wall to then give him another chance at this play where he doesn't have to be in the air just floating around forever. Just waits everything out. He knows K-Corp loves their fakes, right? He knows that this play, not necessarily just going to be a normal shot. Let me fly to avoid a demo, but then be grounded again, or grounded, I guess, but on a wall, so that I can make another play. So that's just really good defense by Exotic. Like, it doesn't look that pretty because there's a lot of fakes happening and all that stuff, a lot of slow play. But, oh, man, I love that play. That play was great. I forgot what I was saying. Saying something about 2 languages, but it's gone now. Like, in school, the only reason why I passed Spanish was because my teacher loved me. That's the only reason why. I could bring up my Skittles thing, but I'm not. If you people know what that is, on command, I can make myself black out and kind of have a seizure. I'll leave it at that. But I did it right before a Spanish final on accident. This was the first time I did it. Yeah. But I think she only passed me because she felt bad, plus she really liked me. So I'll take it. Because I was terrible at other languages. That is just not for me. Cannot do it. But that story is for another day. Good old Skittles. All right. Moving on. Exotic. Big clear. Good pass out. Nice idea by Monkey Moon. Just didn't get enough power on it. Didn't get his redirect, like, perfect. So he Like, instead of getting a redirect where he added a little bit of speed to it, he got just too much tire on it, basically, and slowed the ball down. So, turns into not really a quality shot or anything. Exotic just being patient under this wall. But we're going to breeze through this game. Nice save there by Vatira. Not a lot happened right here. Again, this is what you'll see a lot in professional Rocket League. Once a team gets the ball on their side of the field, they generally hold it there for a little while. And even then, when there was a clear, they almost cleared back up, but they don't. So the ball goes deep. Once the ball goes deep into one end, usually both teams have very good midfield defense and will keep it there for a little while. And that's like, to get good at Rocket League, or at least like probably Grand Champ level, like work on trying to beat out midfield defenses. Because if you can do that and just get more pressure, eventually they will make mistakes and you'll be able to score a lot more often. But it's about that midfield defense, learning how to break through that so you're not on the back foot. And I think once you do that, you'll start figuring out, sure, mechs help, but I don't have mechs. And I play more of the pressure game when I play, and I just try and keep the ball on their side of the field. Make them make some mistakes. Another big save there by Vatira. Keeping them in this game, for sure. Ooh, Rise. There's been a couple misses by Rise throughout this match. Here's another one, and honestly, he probably has the goal here. Yeah, probably not, actually. I think Drolly covered the one spot I saw that Rise had a shot at. So probably not a goal anyway. But Rise has definitely been slightly off. Last game as well in Game 3, he had a like wide open miss. So, and he's had some poor touches here or there. So not his best match, I would say, so far. That's okay. It happens. No one's perfect. All right. Game 4 in the books. Pretty quiet, all in all. Nice little carry here. Vatira off the wall. The problem was both Vatira and Atto, were basically on the same spot, right? They were both going for the pass from Rise, and that's obviously not going to work. So that's what kind of blew it for them there. But we'll move on. Next game. Game number 5. Here we go. And this is what, 2-2 in the match as well at this point. I really don't like that we don't have proper map rotations anymore. Makes me sad. Brilliant. Brilliant. Double tap here by Monkey. Just beats out Rise. Rise can't really do much about this at this point. It's just a good pass here by Exotic, who beats out Atto in the air. And then Monkey, that's just clean. That's super good. Not much you can do there. BDS just outplayed him. Well done. Here we go. Kickoff. Let's try and pay attention. Here we go again. This one's just a normal. Try and neutralize the kickoff and have your cheating player hit the next ball. Rise does a little bit of a fake. Try and hope for another 50-50 basically there. But pretty neutral across the board for both teams. Ooh, Drolly, be careful there. Going up with Exotic. Didn't really need to. Nice catch here. Oh, Atto. Atto. I love you. I love you so much. This play is so clean. It's not a goal, but oh boy. Does Atto make me feel things? Here we go. Atto, let's take a look. The catch into the wave dash onto the floor. Then brings it up, immediately goes for the demo. There's no question he's going for this demo immediately. He goes for the pass. And then what does Vatira do? Absolutely nothing. Vatira, help your boy out here. Brilliant play. And I scared my dog. Sorry. But, oh well. Doesn't work out, but Atto, that play was otherworldly. Otherworldly. All right, here we go. He's going up again. What can he do? Go for the flip reset. Drolly makes it back in time, though, to intercept it. Another demo. When Addo's in the air, you just gotta watch out. But that's what K-Corp did a couple times. The air dribble plays earlier from Vatira. Games, I think it was 2 and 3. He had 2 different plays with that involved. But now they're on their back foot. Let's see what BDS can do. I'm probably focusing more on K-Corp. I apologize for that. But they are the best in the world, right? So got to look at it, I guess, from their point of view. Sometimes when this ball somehow goes in, Monkey Moon. Let's go over to him. What a play. What a play. Just a good dunk. All right. Sorry, it takes me forever to do this. All right. Exotic just kind of, or I'm sorry, Drolly. No, Exotic just lobs it up. And yeah, all Monkey Moon is trying to do is just 50-50 this back into the corner. Like, into the net. And he gets credit for it. He didn't really do a whole lot. It's not exactly what he wanted. I think he wanted to push it more. But, hey, sometimes it's the way the ball bounces. Worked out. Good pressure, though, all in all. When there's going to be a 50-50 on the goal line, that's never a good thing, right? For the defense. So, well done by BDS to force that. Like that. Another challenge play. That one was a little bit more safe because Zato was right behind the ball. But still, it's not something you want to be... Like, you don't want to put yourself in that spot. Jolly going to put this down to Exotic. A little bit higher than I think Jolly wanted. Like, if he puts that lower, that this is a much better shot at making a scoring opportunity happen. But they keep possession. Jolly off the wall. Exotic going for bumps. But Atto was not on the wall, so Exotic really couldn't hit him. But lots and lots of pressure here by BDS. That 50-50 might cost him, though. Yep, in terms of turning around the pressure. But they do get it right back. So kudos to BDS. Clear it right back out. Not allow the counterattack to turn into more of a, like an offensive pressure for like a minute moment. It was like 5 seconds and it was already done. Nice out pass there by Monkey Moon to Drolly, but Drolly didn't have enough boost. Good save by Atto. Monkey Moon with a pretty good shot, but I think he did a little too square. But all this pressure just leads to Exotic wide open net. Rise tries to push forward. Atto also leaves. And yeah, I think Rise and Vatira got confused in the corner, so Rise tried to audible. I was like, all right, at this point, my only play is to bump Exotic. Obviously did not work. He thought Exotic would drive forward and try an aerial quicker. But he did not. He stayed patient, and he gets the goal. There we go. Another kickoff. The same exact thing that we've been talking about. They're doing the same exact kickoff of BDS every single time. And with the way K-Corp has been trying to get their kickoffs to work, I'm surprised that in the middle of a match, they couldn't adapt to this. Because they've literally done the same exact kickoff every single time. Maybe it's a little too much because you're worried about so many other factors. But with the amount of time that K-Corp puts into their kickoffs, you would think, like, all right, these aren't working because of X, Y, and Z. So in between games, be like, all right, let's fix this, right? But it might be very difficult to do. But it seemed like they just kept trying to do their same kickoffs over and over and over again, and they just were not paying off at all. But for any other team that plays K-Corp, look at this tape. Look at BDS and how they counter their kickoffs to try and counter them as well. K-Corp very likely will come up with other kickoffs as well to try and mitigate that problem, or at least have some counters. Probably going into the next regional is my guess, but you never know. You never know. It's worth a look. Charlie with a shot. Not good enough. Just not enough power here. Yeah. He just didn't get a clean rip on that ball. Probably would have been saved either way. But it would have made it a little bit more tough. Ooh, Drolley's up early. Great job there by Drolley. Oh, Atto. How do you even save that? But Drolley, he pre-jumps this pass. And this is what we talk about, game speed. You need to pre-jump sometimes. You need to read the play before it happens. And it'll make you look incredibly fast on the field. Right here. I guess he didn't even pre-jump. It was like the same exact timing. But he does get up earlier than Vatira anyway. Goes for the double tap. Hits a brilliant one, but Atto is just there. Just lurking. But it's still not enough. There's still tons of pressure. And Exotic will get the goal. But maybe not exactly pre-jump. It was very, very close, though. So very good fast play there. This time it looked like they went for a more normal kickoff for K-Corp. Maybe they were trying to counter that diagonal right kickoff. But you know, to counter it, there are times when it's like, well, we're just not going to do anything too incredibly fancy and maybe try and neutralize it entirely, which is not the end of the world. You don't need to win on every single play because that's impossible. And it'll just make you crazy if you're like, I have to win every single ball, every single challenge. Like, if you think like that, honestly, you're going to drive yourself insane. It's just not going to happen. And you got to be able to mitigate for the possibility of losing on plays. And I think that happens to a lot of teams really quickly. I know it's a goal, but the game is basically over. And okay pass and play. Works out. But I think this happens a lot. And this happened a lot to the 21-22 digging toss. I think it was 21-22. Yeah. Where they wouldn't mitigate for the chance that they lose a 50. Or that the play doesn't go exactly their way. And they would always position way too high up. And I know this. I did their team streams. And it was something I noticed a lot. Was they would always position for the win. And you just can't do that. Because it's Rocket League. It's 50-50. It's called 50-50 for a reason. It's because 50% of the time, you're probably going to lose it. Right? Unless you're Fireburner. So, you always have to try and play for the low-risk play. Unless you're very confident in, like, this one seems like an 80-20. Right? Or something like that. Or a better challenge. But, in general, you have to play for the chance that you're going to lose on something. Right? Always have a backup plan. I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's move on. But I think a lot of teams, not maybe as much nowadays, but they do fall into that trap. So here we go again. So this time it was a delayed kickoff by Rise. But Monkey Moon is doing the exact same thing, trying to push it a little bit to the left. But Addo is trying to read it now. They are slowly trying to read it here. So this is right after a timeout, I believe, is when they took it. And they do get the ball out, and Addo will have a chance to push this, but he does get bumped around a little bit. He still somehow holds on to that ball. No idea how. But at the end of the day, BDS do make out pretty well on that kickoff. Sorry, I got distracted. It was a kickoff. But yes, I think most teams probably don't do that as much, but that is something I definitely noticed a lot in the... Specifically, the 21-22 digging toss roster, they would do that a lot, and it would get them into a lot of trouble. All right, moving on. Try and take a sip, and then a goal happens, right? Here we go. Let's take a look. Monkey Moon, just a bad read. Their third man is out of position because Monkey Moon... should have probably done something there. He just did nothing. So I think Exotic was crept up a little bit more forward because of that. Monkey Moon did take a wide angle on it, so the 50-50 probably wasn't going to be that favorable. I guess it could have been. But that's one of those, do you go for the high-risk play of like, is this going to be a great infield pass, or is this going to shoot back towards my net? And Exotic played for that it's going to be a good infield pass. It didn't work out, and it cost him a goal. It cost him a freebie. Exotic, great bump there. Just gives Drolly some space. Nice control by him, but he runs out of boost. He can't get to the ceiling, so he can't make any more plays happen on that. Now with Tira, I'm sorry, Rise to Atto. They can't connect. So just some missed opportunities, I think, by both sides right now. But when you're playing at such a high level, you know, you're going to go for some plays and they're just not going to work. Just the way it is. Great challenge there by Monkey Moon. Just delays it slightly to try and push the ball back out. Unfortunately, it just goes right into K-Corp's hands, but I do like the idea behind it. A lot of pressure here by BDS. But no high-quality shots. That's probably the first decent shot, but it's still not insanely high quality. That one's a little bit better. And then Drolly right there. So this one's got to be on net, I think. I'm going to go over to Drolly here. All right, let's take a look. So Drolly turns back around. Right there. So Rise is coming out to meet the ball. So now he's out of the play. You have Monkey Moon going for the bump on Atto. At that point, if you could just put this on net, it's a very high chance that goes in. He's on 0 boost, so maybe he just couldn't get around it in time. I think he probably could have, though. So that's just a little bit of a missed opportunity, I would say, there. And obviously, if Monkey Moon, he doesn't get the bump, then sure, it's probably not in. But when you have someone going for the bump, you got to throw it on net. You just got it. Drolly, good fake. Tried to fake, and Atto just read it completely. Hold on. I'm going to go over to Atto. I know I said Atto again. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right. Let's take a look at this great defense here. So he goes up. He's just floating with it. He sees that he goes for the flip reset early, so he's going to dive back down a little bit and just guard it. And just Drolly just never had a shot. Like, I think Drolly might not have even got the flip reset, or just didn't want to use it. I'm not really sure. But just good, solid defense. It doesn't look that pretty, but it's still very, very good defense by Atto. I'm telling you, Atto is one of my favorite players. Like, honestly. To watch on the field right now. He's definitely moving up my, like, worldwide top players. But Atto, I got him pretty high. But I was high on him before anyway. But he's just impressing me more and more. Drolly trying to get that pass out. He does with Tears this there. Just to guard the net. Just block the angles. Monkey Moon, nice little floater. Nice little pass down. Oh, no. Oh, no. Rip. Exotic. Brilliant fake. Brilliant fake. All right, let's go over to this. Was the fake on purpose? Let's take a look. Why won't it let me do this? All right. Let's go to Exotic. Monkey Moon's up. The pass off the ceiling. I don't think this was on purpose. I think he just missed. I think he was trying to barely tap that down to the lower left. Especially, so the reason why I say this is because of Drolly. So Drolly also goes up. Now, does Exotic know this? Maybe not. There's a chance he doesn't realize that he also went. But I think Exotic was trying to barely tap that down, is my guess. And then we just have a double commit by the KC defense. Put it on the low light reel. There it is. KC is terrible. That's it. That's all we got to say. Your best team in Europe looks like that. It's a wrap. All right, let's continue. Rise going for some bumps. Batir's got all the space in the world. Surprised he just throws this deep. He's got Atto in the corner, like, wide open. This is kind of an odd play. So Rise bumps out the only person on that side of the field. Maybe he's worried about the respawn, if anything. This play is kind of awkward to me because Vitir just throws this golden opportunity away. Like, Addo's right there. He's chilling. Maybe he was trying to hit high to him, but it doesn't look like it. And it does make 2 BDS players go up, so it's not the end of the world, but also 2 BDS players should not have gone up for that ball, and it would have been a lot better off. But, yeah, that play was a little bit puzzling because Vitir also had 100 boost. So, yeah, I don't know. Nice little play there by Atto off the ceiling to present himself for a pass. That's something that all Rocket League players should do. You got to present yourself for a pass. And oh no, this play, it doesn't look bad, right? From this view, it does not look bad. Like, it's not great, but here, we'll slow it down. And this doesn't look terrible, right? It's like, all right, he's only got very limited boost. He's got to try and poke this up high or something and score this goal. Now, here's the problem. You go to the ball view, and let's just turn around here real quick. Addo's right there. Addo had a clear shot. A clear shot. Here, we'll zoom in. There we go. So, we'll play this at like a 50%. Like, Addo has got a wide open net. Look at that. Look at that side of the net. Oh, no. Just miscommunication here. And Rise throws it to him. Again, I was saying earlier, we pointed out a lot of flaws by Rise throughout the series. It hasn't been perfect, but he still has had some incredible plays, incredible fakes as well throughout. So, you know, it's not his best series, yet they still won, right? So, at the end of the day, is that scarier that maybe Rise didn't have his best match and they still won? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Addo trying for some fakes. Atto. Oh, at the on it. Nice back pass there by Rise. Vitir again going for the air dribble bump. And this one's a little bit weird. This one feels like Psionics, please. This probably, like, this might have cost BDS the entire match. I'm going to go over to Jolly. Because this looked, even live, it looked like he hit the ball. And he does hit the ball. But then it, like, cancels it out. Like, obviously, replays are a little bit weird. But it cancels it out because he got demoed at the same time. But you can hear the sound. Like, the ball's about to move, and then it just doesn't move. So this play was kind of odd. So, Psionics, please. BDS. Probably not too happy about that one. Let's take a look at Monkey Moon's point of view on the kickoff. Let's see what they have drawn up. So here's the thing. That, like, I guess he's just trying to neutralize it. But it would be nice if BDS, like, came up with some, like, bigger plan on that kickoff being down a goal. Drolly right here, though, should hit this shot. And he doesn't. And he doesn't. I guess he's got 0 boost. Let's see it again. The demo, the bump. I think he could have had this, honestly. If you go back right here, boom, boom. You have a demo, and you bumped Atto out of the play, right? You have all the time in the world. You literally don't have to rush this. He knows, out of all players on the field, Drolly knows that he's got all the time in the world. Literally all the time in the world. Like, Atto's in the corner. Like, I get it. It's like a last-second play. But he could have drove on the ground maybe a little bit more to try and get a better angle and use a little bit more of his boost to angle himself back the other way. I'm not saying he necessarily has to score it, but just lob it back up into the middle. And, yeah, it's just unfortunate. Like, obviously, high-pressure moment, Game 6, the game on the line, and everything moves so incredibly quickly. Hindsight is 20/20. But that is a play I think Drolly would want back. Moving on, Game 7. Here we go. See how it goes. Another fake kickoff, but again, here we go again. Every single time. Monkey Moon, he came from the left side. Or did he come from the left side? No, he just came from the right side, but trying to push it out left. Like, so one thing that I do on kickoffs a lot, and again, I'm not a very good player, but for you champs out there, or grand champs, Here's one thing that I do a lot on kickoffs. And this actually works really, really well in twos. Sorry, I'm in the wrong view. Here we go. So in twos, what I would do is, I would go for the kickoff. I don't care what the guy is doing on his kickoff at all. Not really care that much. Mostly what I'm focused in on is what Rise is doing. So say this was a 2-on-2 match, and you see the other member go for that corner boost. Once he goes for that corner boost, you know, I don't want the ball to go on that side of the field, right? I would rather just counter it. It doesn't matter what your teammate is doing necessarily. Obviously, it's better if you're on the same page as your teammate. But even still, like if he went for the back right corner boost, I don't want to put it on that side of the field anyway, because I don't trust my teammates. Who trusts their teammates in Rocket League, right? So you want to push it the other way, and that's exactly what Monkey Moon does here, because he knows that Rise is the one with the boost and the best opportunity to make a play on this, right? And if he just throws it out wide and Vatira cheats, it's not really going to matter much, right? So he's really just trying to push it that way. Even if that was a kickoff by the other team where they try and hit the ball, he's still trying to push it out left. That is his game plan. Let me go to the fly view here real quick. You can see where his teammates were. His teammates were also on that side of the field. So BDS is obviously trying to push it on that side of the field, right? See Monkey Moon. He's going for it. You have Drolly over there. He's literally trying to 50-50 this ball out to the side. And Atto will grab that boost, but it really doesn't matter because Drolly has the back corner boost already and can also make a play on it. So, a good kickoff by BDS there. And the fake just doesn't pay off at all for K-Corp. I'm not really sure why they faked there. Honestly, like that one's a little bit harder to make work, but hey. They're trying to sprinkle them in. The best way to practice your kickoffs is probably in a Game 7. When the other team does not expect it, right? Why not? Just go for it. Maybe you get that one goal edge right away. But that's the best spot to do one of like your best kickoffs, right? In a really big moment. You can't really practice them in scrims because you don't want people to know about them. So you kind of just have to wait to use them at a really high pressure moment. And sure, they're not always going to work, and that one didn't. But if it did, we'd be talking a little differently. But this game, or this whole match, K-Corp really got their kickoffs canceled out by BDS. I think they scored maybe one kickoff goal, and that was like game 1. So, all in all, BDS did a good job on their kickoffs as well, but mostly to play defense against K-Corp's game plan kickoffs, from what I could tell at least. Not too much going on here. Maybe the first real chance, but the ball just goes glued against the wall. So they don't really get much out of it. Drolly moved up way too far there. Ooh, he gets bailed out. Gets bailed out by Monkey Moon, I believe it was. Another little waterfall shot. Monkey Moon makes a save. Monkey Moon playing some good defense. Atto going off the ceiling yet again. Oh, will it work? It almost does. Almost. Atto probably didn't get the touch he wanted. Maybe he did. Vatira did have a shot there, but just couldn't make it work. But the pressure is on. Rise, though, again here. Kind of blows it. I guess it's a fake, I guess. But it's just not in a spot where the fake really matters. So they lose actually a lot of pressure there because of that Rise play. But he does get back midfield and gets the boost. So they do keep pressure. So I guess it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But probably not the spot out fake it. Great fake there by Atto, but he couldn't do much else with it. Nice job by BDS. Not getting baited out too hard there. Drolly with the shot. Ooh, I think Drolly didn't expect that he would have all this time to do whatever he wants. And, like, I guess he makes it awkward. But yeah, like it's hard when there's two people like on the goal line, like at the pro level. You're like, do I even hard shoot this for like a top corner? It's probably gonna be saved anyway. It's really tough. And then right after this play, they all went for it. So Drawley with kind of like a miss. But both Exotic and Monkey Moon go for this ball. Not really sure why. It's not a really high percentage play. Like, there are times when you're so good at Rocket League that you make your team bad because you put up like that juicy pass, right? Where you're like, wow, that pass was almost too good because now both my teammates are up trying to score a goal, right? That wasn't one of them, for sure. That was not definitely one of those. So just a miscomm, and it just turns into a wide open net. So game 7, K-Corp's got the lead. But sometimes, yeah, like you're playing threes and you're like, you know what? That's on me. I did too well, and I made you both want to try and shoot this ball. So I get it. I get it. Happens to me all the time. Nice little trap there by Drawley. Turning into some offensive pressure yet again here for BDS. Drawley with the pass out. Yep, that's his only play, really. Exotic was there, but the pass just wasn't perfect. Exotic has to turn back around to just pop it up. Like, Exotic wanted that to be pushed more, like, to the other corner of the field, basically, so that he could, like, intercept it and one-time it. But the pass went a little too far back and direct at him. Okay, Atto's got the ball. Can't really do too much here. Ooh, that was like a very awkward 50-50. That somehow Atto wins this. I have no idea how. Leads to a golden opportunity here. Great save there by Drawley. Whoa. Getting back just in time. Rise would have definitely hit that one. Just lots and lots of defense here. Oh, the bump out. But Drawley and Monkey Moon are both there. Mateer with another shot. Some more defense coming out. BDS has to find a way to move upfield. Atto. Ooh. Got greedy. I think he might not have had boost. Let me check. If I remember correctly. I could be wrong here, though. Got 28. I think he had enough boost to make that into a pass. I think he did. But maybe he thought that the BDS player on defense was going to come out and try and intercept the pass. So he wanted to throw it on net. Because the problem is, if you pass there, and it is an interception, could lead to a counterattack. It could lead to a goal. If you do shoot it on net, sure, you might not necessarily get the goal, but you're at a much lower risk of being scored on. So maybe that was his thinking through that play. Especially when you're up 1 goal with 30 on the clock. It's like, that one's tough. It's like, do you go for that juicy pass? Exotic with a big blunder here. Wanted to try and chip that. Messed up a bit. Luckily, it didn't really affect them. And honestly, it might have actually kind of worked out for him. We'll see. Oh, the good bump. Oh, Rise. He got a piece of that ball anyway. There we go. There's the goal. So this is just Mateer. Like, I want to watch it from his point of view to see what he did here. Because it sure wasn't a whole lot of nothing. Let's go over to Mateer. Let's watch him. So he goes up. The ball gets bumped out to the corner. He turns around slowly because he's only got 32 boost. He probably just doesn't want to use it. But the ball is like a cheeky little bounce there. And then, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like he could have blocked the angle a little, much better. Not sure why he's not boosted immediately here. Like, he boosts way too late here. That's a play I think he normally would save. Because if he boosts just a little bit earlier, he's blocking that entire angle. There's, like, nothing there. Maybe he's worried about, like, a Monkey Moon fake where he chips it up or something. But at that moment, you can't really play for that, in my view. But, yeah. But it goes in. BDS tie it up, 2 on the clock, and we're going to go. We're going to overtime. That's what we all want to see. Exotic going off the ceiling just to cancel it out, and there it is. Here we go, game 7. Strap in. Now, Drolly going off the ceiling, trying to intercept as well. You'll see that a lot across the board. Like, G2 does that really well. Europe does it really well. I would say Gen G probably does that rather well normally, but yeah. Monkey Moon just going to make some saves. That was a great pass out, actually. Turns into a pretty good counterattack. Just a 1-2-3 down the field. Almost turns into a double tap, but Atto was there. Monkey Moon trying to kill it in the corner. Trying to play a little slow. This play's a little awkward because it's like, did you allow Drolly to take this at this point? Because he's got like a full boost tank. Like right there. Drolly could have possibly went up for it, but I think it was just too high of a risk, right? You have 2 people up, like Monkey Moon is probably already calling for a pass mid or something like that. But if Drolly takes that ball from there, could probably make something happen. Like Atto's going to come off the ceiling and try and block it. So maybe he's like, so I wouldn't have got there anyway because Atto is so incredibly quick, and honestly, he was. So I think I'm just dumb, and we'll move on. Atto's quick. Rocket League players at the pro level, it's like if you didn't know, they're pretty fast. They're pretty fast. Exotic with kind of a weak shot there. Not too threatening. Nice little chip here by Monkey Moon. Here's a chance, but Vatira does meet him in the air pretty quickly. But it does give Drolly another attempt. But again, both attempts get just thwarted by some great KC defense. And now Exotic's just going to throw it deep. Going to try and waste a little bit of time here to get people in position to make something happen. Going for the bump on Vatira, so this is a much better play by Vatira than the one he had earlier. Let's take a look at him. You got to give him some credit too, you know. So right here, he's on 0 boost. He jumps onto the wall, knowing that Exotic is going for a bump play. Avoids the bump, all on 0 boost, and makes a brilliant save. That is a save that it doesn't look amazing at the time, but could have just saved the entire game. You never know. You never know. It's here again, going for his typical bump plays and let someone else follow up on the shot. Or just have it roll in. But this time, Exotic was just nerves of steel. Let's go over to Exotic. I'm going to show him too, because why not? Look at this play. Rain it out. He kind of fakes it. Like, you see that? He, like, moved forward for a split second. Fakes out Vatira. I was like, nah. You're not getting me today. Move on. But great save there by Exotic. Another good tournament save and save at the time. Vatira out to Rise. Ooh. Almost made it work. So, again, here, Rise. I get he might be worried about Exotic. I'm not really sure. But it's not the greatest trap. His first touches is too hard. Almost makes it work. But they keep up the pressure, and then you can see it here. Like, Drolly's like, I should have hit this. Let's go over to Drolly. Yeah, Drolly's like, oh, I should have hit this. This is a save he probably makes more times than not. Yeah, he just flips a little too early. Just gets a little too excited about it. Like, that is a very easy save for Drolly, I would say. He jumps, and as long as you just flip a half second later, that's going to be blocked. I love the speed of how quick players can quit a game. There's nothing like it. Like, you want to talk about APM and, like, an RTS. with, like, the best players in the world. No one has better APM than a salty Rocket League player right after they lose a game. Look at this. That ball's in. I'm going to slow it down here. I'm going to go 5%. So, like, he barely makes it back to the wall. Like, he doesn't even get off the coping. And he's gone. He's out. Not even back onto the grass. The goal explosion is still happening. The eggs are still cheering. We see you, eggs. Look at that. Look at these eggs. They're like, yo, this is great. I want, like, his teleportation device to get back home because this traffic is going to be nuts. But Drawley is just out. He knows he should have made that save. He's probably pretty bummed about it. But, hey, that's what's going to happen in the Game 7 overtime. It's going to be one mistake. You can't hold yourself to one mistake, right? Everyone makes mistakes throughout a match. And it's not like that one mistake is the reason why you lost, right? I guess, like, on paper it kind of is because that's the one. But there was a million other mistakes or a million other plays before that that could have changed how the match went. So it's kind of like when you have a bag of chips, right? And say I eat 50 of the chips and there's only 51 in the bag, right? But I leave one. Then my wife comes over and eats that last chip out of the bag. I'm like, you ate the whole bag of chips. What are you doing? It's like that, right? That's not how it works. That's not how the logic plays out. I guess on paper, you're like, yep, you finished that bag of chips. What are you doing, right? But that's not really how it works. But all in all, a great series by BDS and KC. One for the ages. Fireworks are going off. Let's look at them. They're so pretty. Champions Field. Great field. At least we still have this for Game 7. Even if we don't have Neo Tokyo. Rest in peace. But that's going to do it for the YouTube portion. Thank you guys all for tuning in. KCBDS, best two teams in the world? I'd say right now, probably. But we'll find out in Copenhagen. We'll find out in Qualifier 3, right? There's still Qualifier 3. Europe's always crazy, so you never know what can happen. Team SUA might be the best team in the world. Who knows? We'll have to find out. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.